All right, we are going through Quebec. We are flying down Highway 138 southbound, coming back down from Sept. We're going down to Quebec City. And it's very scenic here, as you can tell. Throughout this video, you'll see it's very scenic. I know it was raining a little bit, and I got a few raindrops on the lens now and then. I tried to clean them off, so if you see my finger go back and forth every now and then, you'll know it's just me cleaning off the lens. Don't freak out. Anyways, okay. Quebec. The capital of Quebec is Quebec City. Largest city is Montreal. Largest metro is Greater Montreal. Official languages, official language, French. Denim, Quebecois. We call them Quebecers in the rest of Canada. They like to be called Quebecois, I guess. Quebecers. Alright. What else have they got? I want to find the population here. Population is just over 8 million in the province. Quebec is a province in east central Canada. It is the only Canadian province that is French, predominantly French speaking, and is the only one to have French as its sole provincial language. So pretty much what it's saying is Quebec is French. And it's French. It's really, really French. There's no English here. It's only French. So Quebec is Canada's largest province by area and second largest division. What that means is the territory of Nunavut is actually bigger, but Nunavut's actually a territory, not a province. I don't know what the difference is, really. We have 10 provinces and 3 territories. I don't know what the difference is. Someone can tell me. What's the difference between a territory and a province? I don't know. Quebec is bordered to the west by Ontario, to the east by New Brunswick and Newfoundland and Labrador. It is bordered to the south by the U.S. states of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and New York. It also shares maritime borders with Nunavut, Prince Edward Island, and Nova Scotia, which pretty much means it borders them, but there's water in between. You know what I mean? So can't cross by land into the next province. Okay, Quebec is Canada's second most populous province after Ontario. Most inhabitants live in urban areas near the St. Lawrence River between Montreal and Quebec City. In the south, there are English-speaking communities. They're mostly concentrated in the west of the island of Montreal, but they're also significantly present in the Outaouais and eastern townships and Gasp regions. The Nord de Quebec region, occupying the northern half of the province, is sparsely populated and mostly Aboriginal people. Quebec independence debates have played a large role in the politics of the province. Parti Québécois governments held referendums on sovereignty in 1980 and 1995. Both were voted down by voters. The latter defeated by a very narrow margin, actually. It's pretty much what they're saying is Quebec tried to separate from Canada twice now. Both times got shut down. That's right, Quebec, you are part of Canada. Even if you don't want to be, even if you try to act like you're not, you're still a part of Canada. You're not your own country. You know what they wanted? They wanted to separate, be their own country, but share a currency and military with Canada. That's like a kid moving out of the house, but still getting money from mom and dad. And still using mom and dad's car. And mom and dad are still paying for the gas and insurance for the car. No! You can't do that. You want to be your own country? Go ahead. But you're creating your own banks and your own military. I'm sorry. Trucker Josh's opinion right there. Anyways. In 2006, the Canadian government recognized Quebec officially as a nation within a nation. Pretty much it gives them special status. It doesn't really change anything, just makes them feel special. You're a special province. Just like Manitoba is a special province. Quebec's no more special than Manitoba. We're all special. So you special. Okay, some history of Quebec here real quick. When the first Europeans got here, it was mostly Algonquin, Iroquois, and Inuit tribes of people who inhabited what is now Quebec. Their lifestyles and cultures reflected the land on which they lived. The Algonquins lived mostly nomadic lives, hunting and gathering and fishing in the rugged terrain of the Canadian Shield. The Iroquois, a branch of the Iroquois, lived more settled lives, planting squash and maize in the fertile soils of the St. Lawrence Valley. And the Inuit were in the Arctic doing what they're doing right now. Hunting whale and fish, seal. They're pretty much doing the same thing today that they were then. Yeah, so here's something interesting for you. New France. This is when Quebec was first discovered. Around the year 1522 to 1523, the Italian navigator Giovanni da Verrazzano persuaded King Francis of France. Go figure. King Francis of France. To commission an expedition to find a western route to China. Late in 1523, he set sail from Dieppe, crossing the Atlantic on a small caravel with 50 men. After exploring the coast of the present-day Carolinas, United States, early the following year he headed north along the coast, eventually anchoring in what is now the Narrows of New York Bay. He was the first European to discover the site of present-day New York. He named it Nouvelle Angoulême. I thought he was Italian. Why is he naming it something French? I don't know. Yeah, so Italian. And then he came up and he discovered Quebec. In 1534, Jacques Cartier planted a cross in the Gaspe Peninsula and claimed the land in the name of King Francis I. It was the first province of New France. However, initial French attempts at settling the region met with failure. French fishing fleets, however, continued to sail to the Atlantic coast into the St. Lawrence River, making alliances with First Nations. That would become an important role. That would become very important once France began to occupy the land. Interesting. And there's a lot more history on Google. Just type in Quebec and find something out if you want to. There you go. You're all learned for the day. You're all educated. I'm going to shut up now and let you enjoy the rest of this video. Scenery is amazing, isn't it?